Okay, y'all, today we're going to be talking about this question: is misophonia a disorder? Or maybe even more generally, even more broadly, what is misophonia? So let's start with that second one. What is misophonia? It is an intense reaction to particular trigger noises that cause just immediate rage, frustration, panic. You can see it in me because I experienced this for so many years. And even though I don't experience it now, I can still tap into those old feelings. Like I know it's just like an immediate, just like, ugh, like it makes you so angry and you don't know why. Like it seems so irrational. So I try not to mention too many triggers in these videos because some people, when they hear about different trigger noises, it then becomes a trigger for them. So I try not to mention too many, but I've told this story many places. So the biggest trigger sound for me before I started clearing my misophonia was whistling. It was the one trigger noise that immediately set me into panic, immediately made me so freaking angry and full of rage. Rage and anger used to be my primary emotion for so many years. It was just sitting there waiting to bubble up and explode. So misophonia is quite simply a very intense reaction to trigger noises, and these noises can differ for different people. Some people, their own noises trigger them. I never had that experience, but some people, their own noises trigger them as well as other people. Sometimes noises that animals make can trigger you. Environmental noises can be triggering. Someone's list of triggers is going to be different, and people can experience misophonia differently. So some people, it's that immediate rage. Some people, it's more panic and anxiety when they're going into situations where they know that triggers might be present. Some people, it's sadness. I mean, you can experience it so many different ways. So what is misophonia? Simply this intense reaction. When it comes to the question, is misophonia a disorder? Can you be diagnosed with misophonia? How is it classified? I am not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a mental health professional. I am a coach. And I am certified in so many amazing modalities. Unconscious reprogramming is my jam. I love it. And also, it's not important to me to label this thing. Now, it can be helpful to get an official diagnosis, and it can be helpful to have a label of what it is if you are seeking out accommodations. So if you're a college student, for example, and you want to be able to take tests in a room by yourself because of the triggering noises in the classroom, then having a diagnosis or having a medical professional say, hey, this is a real disorder, this is a real thing, that can be really valuable. When it comes to healing misophonia, though, I don't think that it is important or that it's necessary to know exactly what this thing is in order to heal from it. So I view and I approach misophonia a bit differently than most people that you'll find on the internet when you Google things about misophonia. And that is why my coaching works, and that's why my clients actually get results. So a lot of people, when they come to me to work with me, I am their last hope. They're at their wits' end, they've tried everything and nothing has worked, and they just are desperate for relief. And the reason why they get results in my program is because I approach misophonia differently. I don't necessarily approach it with the whys in mind. I don't approach it logically. I approach it in a way of, what do we need to know about misophonia in order to shift this experience? What's going to be useful for us, and we can ditch the rest. So for example, when I'm working with a client, I am not interested in why they develop misophonia. I'm not interested in why they're experiencing it. I'm interested in getting them to a place where these noises no longer bother them. That's what's valuable to me, and that's what's most valuable to them. And then after they get relief, if they truly want to know why they experience misophonia, well, then they can go back and figure that out. But wouldn't you rather have relief first? So how do I view misophonia? How do I approach it? I simply see misophonia as a pattern, as a program that's operating outside of conscious awareness. So you are likely not choosing to be frustrated, angry, upset by particular noises. You might tell people, oh, I can't help it. It just happens. Or if someone tells you, well, just get over it, that's not so easy to do because it's not something that you're choosing to suffer from. It's happening automatically. that reaction is so quick. So I see it as a pattern that's operating in the unconscious mind. And our unconscious mind creates, installs, and runs so many patterns to make our lives easier. However, just because we have these patterns that are running on autopilot doesn't mean we're stuck with them if they're no longer useful. We can interrupt, we can uninstall patterns and programming and install things that are more useful. People break and start new habits all the time. Think about people who grew up really religious and then they find themselves deconstructing, or vice versa. Maybe they grew up not really religious and now they find themselves to be very spiritual. Maybe there's someone in the past that you dated and you were really in love with them, and now you look back and you're like, how the hell was I ever with that person? So we uninstall patterns all the time. Now, it does take some conscious effort to interrupt and uninstall these patterns. I'm not saying that we can just be like, pluck, throw it in the trash, it's gone. It does take some skill, it does take some effort, and it may even take some repetition, and also it's possible. I know it is because I've done it, my clients are doing it, and even if you haven't cleared your misophonia yet, there are plenty of other patterns in your life that you have uninstalled, interrupted, and broken. You can do the same thing with misophonia. So going back to the original question, is misophonia a disorder? I don't know. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not able to diagnose you with misophonia. I'm not even really able to say, yes, it's a disorder or it's a condition, it's a syndrome, it's whatever. I view it as a pattern that when experienced is something that can cause a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain. And I'll try to link it in the description. There's actually a study where the person conducting the study talks about how misophonia as a pattern, it's something that anyone could develop and experience if exposed to the conditions to bring about this response. So it's something that can develop in anyone, really. And knowing that, that's actually exciting to me, because if it's a pattern that anyone can develop, that means it's also a pattern that anyone can interrupt, that anyone can uninstall. And again, it does take some conscious effort, and also it can be done. So if you're wanting to learn more about this, I'll have a video pop up here somewhere. I talk about the 3 keys to misophonia relief: shifting your perspective, rewiring your mind, and cultivating lasting relief, and how you can approach those different phases of healing. So check that out. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We have so many amazing videos coming your way, so make sure you don't miss a single one. Subscribe to the Let's Ditch Misophonia channel. And make sure, if you haven't already, sign up for my email list, link in the description of this video, so you can stay in the know on how you can work with me to lessen your trigger sounds, alleviate your suffering, and finally experience relief. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video, and I will catch you in the next one.